Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles' office has spent $3.6 million on flights since April last year, but he says there's nothing fishy about it. Here's what's going on. Documents obtained by Green Senator David Shoebridge under Freedom of Information laws have revealed the Office of the Deputy PM, who's also the Defence Minister, has spent $3.6 million of taxpayer money on travel in just 16 months. Looking at commercial airfare averages, that's the equivalent of 21,126 return trips from Sydney to Melbourne, or 3,134 return trips from Sydney to Denpasar, Bali. Much of that spend was on Royal Australian Air Force special purpose flights by Marles and his guests, including other MPs and senior defence staff. But documents also reveal that in March this year, Marles was involved in a decision to prohibit any information about where those planes flew and who was on board from being publicised. The government says this decision was based on security advice, and today Marles has spoken in defence of those flights and assured the public there's nothing suspicious going on here, but that he can't reveal any more details for security reasons. He said, "A lot of people travel on those flights. My direct component is a fraction of the number that has been reported. Everywhere I have gone, everything I have done has been on behalf of the Australian people and the duties I do in that regard, and I stand by every flight I have taken. My preference would be to have all of that out there because that would make things much clearer, but there is a genuine security issue here." Marles said previous defence ministers, including Peter Dutton and Barnaby Joyce, have racked up similar travel bills, but he has also publicly criticised Bronwyn Bishop in the past for spending $5,000 on a short helicopter flight to a golf course for a Liberal Party event. Peter Dutton said today that Marles has double standards, and David Shoebridge also said the fact that Marles concealed details about these flights is hypocritical. Shoebridge said when Labor was in opposition, it quite rightly demanded transparency in the use of these extremely expensive VIP flights. Now they are in government and very actively using these flights, Labor's love of transparency has turned decidedly cold, and transparency and integrity are things Labor platformed its election campaign on. Shoebridge continued, "As the Greens defence spokesperson, I will be pressing to produce these details to the Senate next week. We will see if we can rekindle Labor's commitment to open government and also look to the opposition to help shine a light on this mess."